Welcome to Hold Fast Radio, Ride Out Life with Mental Illness. You too, ladies and gentlemen, can stay afloat in this ever-cycling existence. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello. It is A. Grieme here, aka Amanda, here to talk with you on Mental Health News Radio Network. This is Hold Fast Radio, Ride Out Life with Mental Illness, bipolar disorder specifically we're talking about these days. As I wrote a book, and we've been discussing for the last 8 episodes, I can't believe it, 8 episodes, the steps, the methodology I have come up with to write it all out, called Hold Fast. It's your lifeboat, ladies and gentlemen, in 8 steps. You can do this. And I have enjoyed talking to you so much thus far about this, and thank you for all the excellent feedback. I am pleased as punch with all of our interactions, and I can't wait to get into the 8th step of Hold Fast. And let's reiterate that for a moment, shall we? Let's go back to the beginning. Hold Fast stands for, well, the method is H is for honest. Transparency is the key to cope. We've talked about that. O is for open a dialogue. Explore your illness. We've explored that. L is for look to your heart, not your cluttered mind. D is for discern triggers with logic for clarity. And then we talked about F of Hold Fast. F is for face anxiety and dive. Can do this. And then there's A. A is for anticipate fear. And scary stuff, but you can do it. And gosh, what's next? Then we talked about S in Hold Fast. S is for step up to your family challenges. And T is what we are finalizing the 8-step program with today. The last in the Hold Fast acronym. T is for trust the process and trust yourself. Let me repeat that. Trust the process and trust yourself. And we will dive right into this head first. After 3 minutes and 30 seconds with love. Remember the band Love? Always see your face.
Won't somebody please help me with my misery? Can somebody see, what this world has done to me? And I know, and I say, see your face. Yeah, look and you can see my face. Hey, I'm looking at you, you're looking at me.
Oh, man. I dig that song so much. I hope you liked it too. Nothing like 300. What's with 100? 3 minutes and 30 seconds with love. Love that band. You know, if I remember correctly, that song, I think, was on the High Fidelity soundtrack, the John Cusack, Jack Black flick. Who else was in that? Was it Lisa Bonet? Ah, it's a great, great movie. Anyway, here we are. Hi. It's A. Grieme here, Hold Fast Radio, life, or Ride Out Life, another word, with mental illness. And today we're talking about bipolar disorder, and today we're talking about the T in Hold Fast. Your lifeboat in 8 steps. My acronym to help you through this. You can do it. I can do it. You can do it. We all can do it. So let's talk about it. So today we're talking about the 8th step, which is T for trust the process. Trust yourself. Easier said than done, right? Well, I begin, I should say, with a quote from Rilke. Rainer Maria Rilke, that is. He said, "It is clear that we must trust what is difficult. Everything alive trusts in it. Everything in nature grows and defends itself any way it can, and is spontaneously itself, tries to be itself at all costs and against all opposition. We know little, but that we must trust in what is difficult is a certainty that will never abandon us. It is good to be solitary, for solitude is difficult. That something is difficult must be one more reason for us to do it." Rainer. Rilke. Yeah. I want to remind you of something really important here. You are exactly where you need to be right now in this moment, ladies and gentlemen. You really are. You have to remind yourself of that daily. This is where you're supposed to be. It is your place, your purpose. And may I remind you also that it is your lesson. Lots of lessons in this life, aren't there? So what happened yesterday, an hour ago, 5 years ago, has dissipated into the ethers. That was then. Be in the now. No. I love echoing things. I wish they had a little echo thing on here I could use, but pardon my attempt at echoing. If you take a moment and mentally drift through memories of how you got here, you will see that every second that has passed, every memory, tragedy, comedy, love, misery, person, fleeting emotion has brought you right here. Trust it. You got to trust yourself. You are in control and can only be there for yourself, family, and friends if you are present. So, what is being present, you may ask? What does it mean? Well, I think, in my humble opinion, it's being conscious in the moment. And it requires asking yourself different questions, such as this. Ask yourself this. Is my mind where my body is right now? What can I feel in my body right now? What is perfect about this situation right now? What sensations can I feel in my body right now? What is my breathing like right now? Is it shallow and fast, slow, deep? Nose or mouth? What is the temperature of the air? And what do I like to do when I'm not thinking about the past, the future, but just enjoying what I'm doing? Maybe it's painting, running, yoga, writing, cooking, baking, drawing, playing. So whatever it is, ladies and gentlemen, just do more of it. Really. And you'll be in the moment. When we are not present, see, that's when things can go awry. Perhaps you've experienced this. Or perhaps you've experienced one or all of the following signs that you are figuratively out to lunch. What do I mean by that? Well, here, tell me what you think. So I have 9 things. Have you ever forgotten how you got where you are? Do your thoughts run and race day and night? Maybe you've been in a place where you avoid situations where something could go wrong. Maybe you can't remember the last thing you ate. Maybe nothing seems fun anymore. You think everything is a stepping stone to the future, perhaps. Or you're bad with names, or you and your phone are inseparable, or you feel disconnected from people. Have you experienced any of those sensations or feelings or situations? I know I spent the majority of my younger life out to lunch for one reason or another, but like everything else for me, that dramatically changed with parenthood. For example, I never understood why on a plane, the airline attendant directions asked you to fasten an oxygen mask to yourself in the event of an emergency before attaching it to a child or a loved one. That seemed so strange and so selfish to me until I flew for the first time with my daughter. So Frank and me and our little River boarded an Alitalia international flight to Croatia when she was just about 8 months old. And we were going to visit my dear friend Sanya in Croatia to introduce her to our new little friend. And as many budget international flights go, there were many connections, and it was an especially long journey. Definitely long, you can imagine. I'm sure you've been there. And in the wee hours in the morning, let me repeat that. In the wee hours of the morning, an hour or so before landing in Liverpool for our first connection, I rocked little River in my lap, fighting off sleep, gazing around the twilight cabin at the sleeping faces, mouths agape, window shades half-mast. Bleary-eyed, I listened to Frank softly snore beside me as I read the overhead panel above our row. It said, "Attenzione! In the event of loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will come out of the overhead compartment. Please fasten a mask to yourself before fastening a mask to your child or roommate." And in the twilight, staring down at my sleeping baby, I understood why I would attach the mask to myself before River or Frank. To help anyone else, you have to help yourself first. It is another universal truth.